Hey guys, what's up? So today is the deck profile for my Koaki Meiru build. In the last day I did use someone else's build, but like I think I said it in day 7, I'm not going to be doing a deck profile of his build because I'm pretty sure he is planning on doing that series. Like I'm pretty sure he's doing a deck profile for his own series. The link to their channel will be in the description because it is him and another friend of mine. And yeah, let's just get right into this deck. So first off, we have 3 Earn Knights. Earn Knight is really like the main card of this deck, well, main monster. I think so anyway. Basically, he is how you get your combo going. I mean, you do need Iron Core in your hand, like you need Iron Core to basically do anything with this deck. But yeah, so once you have Iron Core in hand, this guy in the field, you do have XYZ plays because this will allow you to special summon any Koaki Meiru monster you want, which will give you access to really any of the cards in the extra deck, barring the rank 3s and the Tiger King and Kagetsuchi if you don't have a Crusader target or if you choose to go into Boulder for whatever reason. But yeah, honestly, this guy is, I mean, without him the deck doesn't work. I mean, also without Iron Core the deck doesn't work. But yeah, surprisingly a solid card, but it doesn't do enough on its own, which is why it's not really the best thing, if that makes any sense. Anyway, next we have 3 Crusader. Crusader is really just here to be special summoned off of Earn Knight. Its effect when it destroys a monster, it gets to recycle a card is nice, but in all honesty, you're not going to be using that effect too often. There are some times where it comes into play, don't get me wrong, but again, it's not something that you don't build your deck around this saying like, oh well, Crusader's effect is really awesome, so I'm going to build a deck around it. If that makes any sense. Not sure it does. But yeah, he's just really here as a Earn Knight target. His effect is nice, but that's enough about him. 1 Bear, I mean, we run 3 tankies. This search is tanky, and the other fire formation cards you run, and I mean, it's just a solid card. Boulder is here as a searcher. When you get to Sword of a Battle, as you can see there, you can either add an Iron Core to your hand or a level 4 or lower Koaki Meiru monster. It's really important because obviously, like I mentioned with Earn Knight, the deck doesn't really function well without, it doesn't function at all without Iron Core, and this allows you to get Iron Core, it allows you to get Earn Knight, allows you to get whatever you need at the time, and it's not bad. It's really not a bad card. Next up, 1 Koaki Meiru Doom, just here for tour guide. Its effect is actually not the worst. I thought about using it in a few duels, if I'm being completely honest. Like, there were times where I had it in my hand, I was like, if I summon this, I can't remember what duel it was, so forgive me, but if you go back and look, I'm not saying that you should, but if you decide to, there is one duel where I'm playing against like some dark deck, I think, or maybe it was light, it was one of the two, and I was like, if I summon this guy and manage to protect it, he can't really do anything to me. So it is an interesting card effect, but again, it's just a tour guide effect, and it's just a tour guide target, and I've talked about this guy for way too long. Next we have 3 tour guides. The reason that there are 3 is because we do have the Koaki Meiru Doom. If you draw into 1 tour guide, you search out the Koaki Meiru Doom, and then you have, the other tour guide or the other 2 tour guides to search out each other. So yeah, rank 3 engine, so you have your Zen Mains and Fortune Tune for defensive plays, your MX Saber Invoker for offensive plays, and I think that running 3 with the Koaki Meiru Doom is pretty good if you're going for an OTK type thing. If you're going for an OTK type variant of this deck, I think 3 is good because again, you do have enough targets to warrant 3. Now getting to spells, we have 2 Iron Core Koaki Meiru. I mean, the deck really just can't function without this card. The effects are based around this card. So I mean, 2 is really enough because with this card, which I'll talk about in a sec, and Boulder, we're essentially running 8 if you want to think about it like that. And you really just need 1 in your hand like throughout the duel because it has an effect, as you can see, like instead of conducting your draw phase, or instead of conducting your draw during your draw phase, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. So you just need 1 in your hand in theory. You just need to get 1 out of the deck and then you'll be good. So yeah, we do run these cards to basically act as Iron Cores in a sense. But anyway, we'll just move on to Diamond Core Koaki Meiru, which is basically, it gives the deck a boost. It allows you to search. It does Boulder's job in a sense, but it's a spell card and you can activate it whenever. It also has a nice ability of, you can banish this card from your graveyard, so Koaki Meiru monsters this turn can't be destroyed. So like, let's say you're going to attack, like let's say you had Earn Knight, Special Summon Crusader, and your opponent has exactly 4,000 and they have 1 set card. you're afraid it might be a Mirror Force or something, so you activate this. So even if they do activate the Mirror Force or whatever it is, as long as it destroys the target, they survive, and they also get to survive their whole, like, if you don't reveal a Beast Warrior or discard a Koaki or Iron Core, you have to destroy the card. This gets around that. Next up, 3 Power Dualities. This deck, the OTK involves a lot of special summoning. The rest of the deck, I mean, it is really, it's based on special summoning, but it doesn't special summon every turn. It just waits until it gets the pieces it needs to, and then it tries to explode. So Power Duality is kind of justified that way. Like the whole not being able to special summon for this turn kind of sucks, but you're not really, like, this deck doesn't, like, I kind of already mentioned how the space or how its position is justified, I guess. Next, 2 MSTs, stable, Book of Moon, Forbidden Lands. I mean, I don't really think I need to explain these. 1 Tensu, it's searchable off of Bear. It allows you to get monsters on the field. Like, let's say you have a Urn Knight and a Crusader, or a Crusader and a Bear, or Urn Knight and a Bear, whatever combination, and you just really want to make like Tiger King or Kagetsuchi or any rank 4, this helps you go into it. Goyoku, this wasn't originally in the deck, it's just that I was playing against someone who's using Koaki Mirror. This was a while ago, and they Goyoku'd something. I was like, you know what, I should probably be running this in the deck, just because like Goyoku is that card that everyone always seems to hit the right card. I don't know how to explain it, but I just wanted some of that luck for myself, and I don't really know if it's worked out, but hey, it's in the deck right now. Next up, 3 Tenki. I mean, I don't really need to explain the main the main monsters in this deck are Beast Warriors, so that's why it's there. And then for traps, Bottomless, 2 Mirror Force, Torrential, Compulse, 2 Fiend's Chain, Solemn Warning. There isn't really much to explain about that. Moving on to the extra deck, we have 1 Bujentai Kagetsuchi. Just a strong card, protects itself. It does mill things, which is kind of in this deck, but again, it is protection for itself, and that's sometimes all you can really ask for. 2 Tiger Kings. I can't say enough about this guy. Like, he's fairly easy to make, searches out your fire formation stuff, and again, he's a walking skill drain, so it's really just a solid card. Now the rest of the extra deck is kind of standard, and there isn't much to explain, but you know, there's 1 Pappy, 1 Black Shipricorn, 1 Arknight, 1 Direwolf, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Maestroke, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Cowboy, 2 Invokers, 1 Zen Mains, 1 Fortune. I kind of touched on these 4 earlier when I was talking about the rank 3s, how I can either go defensive with these 2 or offensive with these 2. And I mean, that's really it. I'll give you guys a quick look at the other deck, but I'm not going to explain anything. I just want to show you guys like how it is different. Again, like, I will leave a whole explanation of card choices to my friend. So see you guys in the other deck. So here's the other deck. I'm just going to quickly run through it. Not much to say. I mean, I personally prefer the tour guide in the deck, but obviously this isn't really geared towards the OTK. It is more of a grind gamey type deck. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Week 2 is down. Week 2 is finished. Week 3 will be starting tomorrow, and I won't say what deck it is exactly, but I'll say that it is the wind attribute that we're touching next week. If you can figure out which deck I'm going to be picking up, you know, good for you. I will say that this is the deck that I am most excited for when it comes to Primal Origins, and I am really looking forward to it. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Later, guys.